Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Katie Weaver Show. This is Katie. I'm your host. I'm so happy to be here. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. I know things are pretty good in my neighborhood. We have cooled down. So I hope I'm not just bragging too hard here. But our weather has gotten better, and it's so exciting. We're so tired of being too hot. So, it's cooled down a little bit. It's a little windy. It's been a little rainy. It doesn't suck, I'll tell you that. I want to tell you that we are live. It is the 10th of August at about 11 a.m. Pacific time. It's a beautiful day. So come on in and play. We're in the chat room and we're also live streaming. So you can find the chat room by heading over to 12radio.com, clicking on the chat button, and you'll be redirected into the Facebook chat. But if you'd like to come over to the live stream, just look for Katie Weaver Domestic Mystic on YouTube or on Instagram, or sorry, Facebook, not Instagram. Uh, Again, that's Katie Weaver Domestic Mystic on YouTube or on Facebook. So that's how it's going. Got some eyeliner that I can't look at for the next hour. There we go. I was running late. My oldest daughter is home, and we've been working on a bunch of fall crafts before she has to go back. And my attention's been elsewhere this morning. So, anyway, I am glad to be here, you guys. I hope you're doing well. I'm curious to know how you're doing. So, please come and chat with me and let me know. The new moon on Sunday, the Lionsgate portal, was pretty interesting. I know that a lot of you guys really felt that, and partly in your dreams, and partly just in, your regular operations. But I know that's been a little bit of a challenge. Uh, I've heard from a lot of you guys that you're just feeling a little weird. So I noticed that Kelly's scopes in Luminous are going to help shine some light on that. So hopefully it helps. We are definitely a little bit off. Part of it, obviously, is to ground yourself, get yourself outside. This is going to be probably a really important week to connect with nature because by God, you need it. Everybody needs it. So consider that when you're thinking about what you're working on or what you want to do, that you probably need some very good time outside this week. That's important. Oh, Sheila said they're going through a tropical storm in Puerto Rico this evening and this afternoon and this evening. Oh, wow. Hang in there, man. Ugh. Brooke, what the hell is going on? Since Sunday, I'm on a roller coaster, can't sleep. My brain is 90 to nothing. Yeah, that's that's the general consensus. And actually, since we're talking about it, we probably ought to look and see what the Schumann resonance is doing. One day last week, things were weird, and Kelly asked me, "What is going on with the Schumann resonance? Could it be this?" It wasn't at all. The Schumann was actually completely normal and within range, which, yeah, no, it's really high today. Yeah, it's 71. So the Schumann should normally be around 7. So, yeah, that's really high. So, that's a part of it for sure. When the Schumann gets that high, everybody gets way off. So, it's okay. So, currently, right now, it's an amplitude of 80. Yeah. So, yeah, that's way high. And that definitely will help you feel ungrounded and, well, like that, right? Feeling like you are 0 to 90 and back to 0. Definitely. Yeah, I felt really weird and off this morning. I finally started drinking a bottle of electrolytes and started feeling a little better, but whew. Oh, Brooke says that explains the crying. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, and that also makes me wonder if we are having solar flares right now. I don't know. I hadn't even looked at it until I thought about that today, but it's possible. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Sid said, I think it's funny that I never realized until this year that my birthday is the day after the actual Lionsgate portal. I was pretty energized, but a little ungrounded. Well, happy birthday, beauty. Today is my sister Kara's birthday. Oh my gosh, you guys. I needed to take pictures for you guys and I didn't do it. I had the most fun making her birthday present. I made her I made her a few things, but one of the things I made her were a set of underwear. That's right. That's what you make your sister for her 40th birthday. Underpants. And they are so funny. I made her Golden Girls underwear, and they honestly just turned out so freaking good. And she laughed so hard when she opened them. Years ago, there was a lady on, uh, oh God, on Etsy that had Golden Girls underwear for sale, and they were so hilarious. And she had so many orders. They got really started getting passed around on the internet, and she had so many orders that she ended up having to pull her site down because she couldn't keep up. So, and for years we've joked that we're going to give each other Golden Girls underpants. So, what could I do besides give everybody Golden Girls underpants? So that's what I did for Kara, and they were so funny. So, I'll show you what the faces looked like. But so you got Blanche. This is what was on the front. And you got Sophia. My computer moved as fast as my mouth does, right? Then you've got Rose, of course. And last but not least, Miss Dorothy. Yep. So that's what went on the front. And then on the back, I did a graphic of the Golden Girls, like a cartoon graphic of them. And then a few of the sayings, a few of the things that they personally were popular for saying, like on on Sophia's. One of the graphics said, "Picture it, Sicily, 1922." And then let's see, on Blanche's, no, on Dorothy's, one of the sayings was, "I could get herpes just listening to this story." Anyway, we have laughed so hard about it. So, yeah, they turned out pretty good. I really, really, I was running late. Oh, big surprise. And I didn't take pictures, but I so should have. But I also made her a t shirt for turning 40, of course. I didn't make her this one, but I found one that I thought was so hilarious, a graphic that said, "I'm sorry if I'm grouchy, but I'm in my terrible 40s right now." Isn't that about right? When you're By the time you hit your 40s, you have no F's left to give, and you definitely are in a bad mood. Not in a bad mood per se, but you're sassier, right? It's not necessarily a bad mood. It might even be a better move, but you're sassy for sure. Okay. Anyway, I did have a little show and tell though. Oh, Wendy said, and Wendy, I'm so sorry about your best friend. She lost her best friend on Lionsgate. She said, I can't believe you are talking about Golden Girls. I had a dream about having a Golden Girl house someday with my besties. And just this morning was so sad because my number one bestie that would have been in the house passed away on Sunday during the Lionsgate portal. Wow. Wendy, I'm so very sorry for your loss. Yeah. Brooke's so excited for 46 more months. I'm telling you, this is the right club. There's a whole group of women on TikTok that are creators that are some of my favorites, and like a wee bit silly and the North or the Omaha Cat Lady. Anyway, some of them, and they formed their own Moo Brigade. And I don't know how old you have to be to join the Moo Brigade, but I'm damn close. I might get on Amazon and order a Moo right now. It just has to have pockets, right? Anyway, yes, but I have a little show and tell. So I might have showed you guys this and I can't remember. But this is a crystal that I got for my birthday from Christy and Rhonda. I don't know how to best show it to you. That's probably, oh, there we go. It's a Mangano calcite heart. Is that not amazing? It is so gorgeous. Mangano calcite happens to be one of my absolute favorite crystals. And of course, they gave one, a beautiful one, to me for my birthday because, they know me well. But we went on Saturday, we went to West Yellowstone, which is just a little tiny town right outside of the Yellowstone, the western entrance to, or the west entrance to Yellowstone. And we went up there to have dinner because some of Mars's friends are living there and working for the summer. And they're lonely and want to see people from home. So we went up and had dinner at their restaurant. It was like a smoked meat barbecue kind of place. Fabulous, fabulous food. And then we wandered down the boardwalk and did a little bit of shopping. Of course, it's like a really wild touristy town this time of year. I've never seen more people there. It was crazy. But quite a few of the stores up there sell crystals, and some of them are like prices that you're like, you've got to be joking. But these guys had crazy good prices, and I bought this carnelian palm stone from them. Isn't that gorgeous? It's got such good color. I can't get the price tag off the back to show you. You can kind of see it, right? Did I mention I'm flying by the seat of my pants today? It's obvious. Anyway, is that not so pretty? This probably ought to be going like on my person right now. But $8, you guys. Eight freaking dollars. I walked down the road a little ways to a really well known crystal store in that town. They had palm stones and hearts about this size for $40. 40 is way too much. 8 is unheard of good. And it's real, I promise. It's the real deal, but that's the nicest piece of carnelian I've ever had. I'm so excited. But I also went to Witches Market the other night at our old store at Healing Hands. They do this really fun thing. The first Thursday of every month, they have a witches market where they basically set up a big psychic fair all the way down the road and in the park that's across the street. And I keep wanting to like get a booth and take some of my stuff down there, but shit, officially not together. But anyway, we went and shopped it. We haven't gone this whole year, and I just really wanted to go, so we went and checked it out. And I bought this fairy. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a piece of amethyst. It's like an amethyst geode that they have carved into a fairy, and the amethyst are her wings. Is that the prettiest thing you've ever seen? Yeah, totally in love. She had a bunch of them in different sizes, but this one I thought had probably the best crystals in it. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah. Anyway, I was so impressed. I absolutely love it. Uh, Quelly said her last trip to the crystal store was really bad. Hubby was not happy. Oh, I so hear that. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so I'm so excited about that. So that's all. Just, adding to the never ending collection. And, well, what the hell is wrong with that, right? We're all about it. Okay. Tiffany, I am 100% the wrong person to explain the Lionsgate portal. I do not know. I know that it was here. I know it caused upheaval. I know that a lot of people around me have been really affected by it, but to really dig deep into it, I'm probably not your guy. Uh, that would be CA or Kelly. I would say CA or Kelly, honestly. Okay, well, let's keep moving here. So interested that the Schumann resonance is all wigged out. That actually just makes so much sense. Brooke says she's not allowed in crystal stores right now. Yeah. And my plan fits the energy of today, right? No kidding. You want to know what we're making today? This is really fun. We're making entry mats, like floor mats, out of the kind of the coconut husk type, floor mats. So you use the vinyl cutter to cut a template out of butcher paper. And then you stick that down with some spray adhesive onto the rug, and that's your template, your stencil. And then you can use paint to paint in whatever you want. They're cute. They're really cute. I'm actually super excited about them. I I did discover that you probably can sublimate on those, so I'm gonna try subbing mine. Matea wants to paint hers, but they're just gonna be so cute. So that's what we're working on today is making our cute little rugs. She is School's about to start, and then my kids will be, doing school stuff and not be able to come home as much. So we're kind of having one last hurrah around here. Oh, that's hard to see, but that's one of hers. It says "Hello, Pumpkin." Uh, anyway, so our fall crafting and stuff like that is happening now, which doesn't mean I won't end up at her house at some point doing all the same kind of stuff. But for now, this makes more sense. So it's what we're working on. I haven't picked my mat. This is my problem. I'm so indecisive. I want everything, so then I do nothing. So, wow, I could just leave that up and just almost put my head under it, huh? And just have a little witch's hat on the whole time. But that's the craft we're working on today that I'm so down the rabbit hole with. I will post pictures, I promise. Yeah. I'm so mad that I made Kara all of these cool presents yesterday and didn't have time to photograph them before I had to wrap them and go to dinner. So, the last 2 days have been a little auspicious for me in a funny little financial way that I have to tell you guys. We on Monday or Sunday morning, the kids and I went out to breakfast, and Micah was taking me out to breakfast. I love to go out to breakfast, and nobody else in my house does. Their happy moment on the weekends is to sleep in. I like to go out to breakfast and drink coffee and visit and be social. And so he said, "We're going to breakfast. I'm taking you to breakfast because I only have one more Sunday here before I'm gone." So we went to breakfast and we ran into Micah's best friend and his wife in the restaurant. And when we went to play, they had paid for our breakfast, which was so freaking sweet of them. And they sure didn't need to do that. But, you know, so we called him to thank him. And his friend said, I can't think of a time I've been able to buy your family breakfast. So I'm so excited I got to do that. And I was like, that is the cutest, sweetest thing. Well, then last night we went out to dinner at oh my God, an amazing steakhouse for Kara's birthday. And when we went to pay, her mother in law had picked up the check. I was a little horrified because that was a big check. But wow, what kindness and sweetness around me. Obviously, I have some work to do this week to pay a little bit forward because I've had a lot of sweetness around me. I don't even dare go to lunch. I don't know what will happen. Just kidding. Maybe, who knows, right? Anyway, I love stuff like that. I really do. All right. Well, let's take a look. Well, actually, I should tell you before we do that. I actually am reading today from my colleague's cards. It's that show. So, Pamela said, just enjoy it, right? Oh, you guys, last year I took a cup Mars and one of her best friends to Boise for the boys' state basketball tournament. And there was going to be a long line. And because of COVID, it was like very limited seating. So they went and stood in line to get our tickets pretty early. And I ran down to Wendy's to grab us some dinner that we could eat because like we were waiting for hours. And when I got up to the window to pay, the lady's like, "Oh, nope, your bill's all paid. The car in front of you paid yours." And I was just so blown away and so touched. And I was gracious and I said thank you. And I went back to the girls and I'm like, "You won't believe what happened." And Mars says, "You paid for the car behind you, right?" Oh, no. No, I freaking didn't. I didn't even think of it. I'm horrified. She's like, "You probably broke the chain. Probably a bunch of people did it and you broke the chain." And I was like, "Oh my God. I can't believe it didn't occur to me." I've done that for other people so many times. And when they did it for me, I didn't even think to pay it back. Anyway, duh. Anyway, it's fine. You're right. It's okay to let other people do nice things for you. and not have to always, reciprocate. So it's okay. It's fine. I just couldn't believe in my shock of someone doing that for me. I lost my head. So there you go. Ah, Kelly is here. Never fear. She's explaining the Lionsgate portal. Kelly, you are my hero. She said it's the rising of the star Sirius, which is said to be our spiritual sun. Sirius and this event have been marked by many cultures. The numerology 88 is great for manifesting. Ooh, like free breakfast and free dinner. Things can happen fast when that energy is harnessed, which is a part of the weird energy. Okay. Ooh, that makes sense. That explains the Schumann resonance too. Thank you, Cal. You're my hero. Okay. So we're going to finish our regular stuff, but I'm going to tell you what cards we're reading from. And if you have a question for me, go ahead and throw it up in the chat room. Please make it a specific question. General readings on the radio just waste everybody's time. Okay. I am reading from, this is Angela Hartfield's new gratitude deck. This is Kelly McLean's Sweary Spirituality, both parts, the black and the white. This is Christie's deck, oh no, the Energy Oracle. What the hell? Do you just have those moments where you have ordered the word, but it just hasn't shown up yet? And so here you sit. All right. Mo Tarot. My deck, the Ground Bless, Protect, and Move deck. And one more. Keisha Angels Connecting to the Universe deck. Lots of fun. All right. But we are reading from those decks, and you guys throw your questions up for me so that when we get done with our regular stuff, we can do that. I am determined to ground myself, get my shit together here. We will find out. Poor Scott, living with this person who he produces, and I'm still trying to put makeup on my face, and I'm supposed to be on the air in 3 minutes. That's not what you're supposed to do. All right. Well, let's take a look at Luminous. You guys know that I do publish a magazine every week with my friends. And you might notice last week that Caroline is taking a break. She's also, I think, taking a break from Listen. She is just got a lot going on with her family. So send lots of sweet love her way. She's got a lot going on. And we really appreciate all of the time that she did contribute. So I put links in the chat room, but you can also find it over at katie-weaver.com under the Luminous Magazine button. So I'm going to share my screen here. Let's see, did that get better? Well, no, that's weird, isn't it? Okay, hold on. We're going to stop sharing for a minute. I don't know what went wrong, but I'll try to figure it out. There we go. Okay, we don't completely suck. Okay. I love this cover. The giant wolf with the girl, with the ravens in the background. That looked like magic to me. And of course, the full moon. So I called the magazine this week Extraordinary Love because there has just been a vibe lately of love. Romantic love, maybe, but mostly love of friends, love of family. A lot of bittersweet grief going on. sometimes more bitter than sweet, but a lot of people really feeling the loss of their loved ones, whether it was, recently or it was, 20 years ago. There's just a lot of extraordinary love in the air, I think. I just am feeling it a lot from a lot of you guys. Okay, but what I'm feeling is fall. You can really feel it and smell it in the air right now in my neck of the woods at night and early in the morning. And I just keep feeling that old pull for magic. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. But you start feeling this energy that, like, there's something really magical about the energy in the air right now. And that's what I'm feeling. So I'm excited. But what I'm doing this year is I have been studying the specific magic of my ancestors, which is essentially the British Isles and nomadic people that were in England in the 17 and 1800s. And so I hesitate to call them gypsies because that word has gotten to be a little charged. And because I think they called themselves traveling people, but other people might have called them gypsies. But this is the spirituality I'm studying right now because I'm curious and because it's a part of me. And I'm interested in using the energy of this fall, of this magic, to sink deeper into their magic and beliefs and traditions. And yeah, so that's where my thought process is. It's what I'm thinking about. I think there's something really powerful about connecting to the magic or the spirituality of who you hail from. And maybe you don't resonate with it, but then again, maybe you do. And I'm not talking about, probably the last generation or two. Maybe, you know, mine were all Mormon pioneers for the last 3 or 4 generations. And that doesn't necessarily resonate with me anymore. So I'm going deeper and older. But thanks to those Mormon roots, I have my genealogy done through like the year 1400. So so I can go back and figure it all out. Anyway, all right. So, bitch scopes, Kelly says it's quincunxy out there. That's the first cousin of bajiggity. I feel like quincunxy is a very dangerous word. So it really depends on how fast you say it. If you get a little tripped up, I don't know. She said there isn't a lot of soft or lighthearted energy this week. So you bring the softness. And I think that's a good idea. People are definitely feeling a bit like they're ready to raise their banner and charge. So be aware of it. So today, Mercury opposite Jupiter, big ideas and plans. Let's read one scope. Oh, let's see. Who haven't we read in forever and ever? How about Scorpio, actually? Really good things are on the horizon for you, particularly at home and with your family or close tribe members. A period of renewed stability is coming. Your courage and strength have brought you through some hard times. Now you can focus on turning that strength inward a bit and setting up good boundaries for yourself so that you can truly enjoy the abundance that is coming. Awesome. That's what Scorpio needs. Okay, so be sure you read your bitch scope. You can find them here in Luminous. You can find them over at one2listen.com, and you can find them on Kelly's blog as well. So lots of places to connect. All right, my tip this week is about drinking water. It's one of those things that I'm always harping on because, well, most people don't drink enough water. We're really guilty of not drinking enough water, not feeling good, and then start feeling weird and you think you're hungry and you're not, you're thirsty. The other aspect of water is grounding. So drink plenty of water because it flushes body waste, because it prevents kidney damage, because it regulates body temperature, because it lubricates the joints, because it delivers oxygen throughout the body, and because the act of drinking water is grounding. When you're feeling weird and ungrounded, reach for your water bottle first. You might be surprised. All right. From the Kindred Spirits Energy Oracle deck from Christy, it is the relationships card. No wonder, considering the weird relationship type energy that we're in right now, right? I think relationships might be strained a little this week, or at least pushed to grow or create new boundaries or something. The primary message is connection with people, connection with yourself, unconditional love, understanding, and support. The challenge is loneliness, conditional love, judgment. The crystal is mangano calcite. Well, what a coincidence. Because I've got mine right here. Okay. The meditation is I open my heart to allow love in. I accept myself and others for who they are. I set clear boundaries that keep me safe. Wonderful. All right. And Melissa, in keeping with the Lionsgate theme, really, her postcard this week is I will manifest instant success. So that's the whole postcard. But I love that considering that we do have like some pretty instantaneous shifts happening that I think this postcard supports that beautifully. Do you guys know that Melissa's writing her second book? And these are the postcards that she's making for it. So we have this really fun opportunity in Luminous to get a sneak peek at what will be going in her new book. So it's not just these postcards, I'm sure, but I know that these postcards are a part of it and that we are getting the first peek at them. What a cool thing. She's such a neat person. All righty. So the crystal this week is Mangano calcite. Supports internal peace, self love, and forgiveness. All right. Over at True Crime Paranormal so far this week, you guys, I have something so cool going on Thursday night. I'm going to tell you about it. But at True Crime Paranormal, we have two cases out so far this week. Pam Hupp is a psychopath. If you have not heard about this case playing out with Pam Hupp, holy hell. She's like the Lori Vallow on the other side of the country. Except for she doesn't kill kids, she kills old people. And then Jana Williams was pregnant. That's another case that we investigated and did a psychic read on this week. So, if you're interested in what's going on at True Crime Paranormal, go check it out. I have we do a Thursday night live stream at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And Christy's traveling this week, so I'm on my own and I have a really cool guest coming. Her name is Nurse Hadley. She's on TikTok. That's her name is Nurse Hadley. And she is a hospice nurse and shares the most beautiful stories about death and dying and the other side and just experiences that she has had with patients and with their families and it just her stories really touch me because as you guys know both of my parents died on hospice and we had some really amazing experiences in their house too. So she's coming with to visit with me for the psychic hour and share some of her experiences and maybe answer a few questions and just be there to discuss, a very sacred topic in death and dying and the miracles surrounding it. So please come. That will be live streamed on Facebook and on YouTube at True Crime Paranormal at 7 p.m. Mountain on Thursday night. So please come be a part of it. All righty. Anita brings us the goddess Isis. She's a beautiful Egyptian goddess focused on motherhood and fertility. The name Isis means throne. She's got quite a bit here for you. I'll just let you guys read through it, but that's a good goddess to connect with this week. I think she's known for saying, "Things don't happen to you, they happen for you." Sometimes I can just see saying that to a pissed off kid. I mean, I get it. I do. It just might be the last thing you want to hear sometimes. That's okay. In ISIS we trust, right? All righty. So that is Luminous. So, of course, I hope you get a chance to read through all of it and spend a little time with the articles. And if there's ever anything you'd like to see in Luminous, let me know. We did just lose a contributor in Caroline, so I would love to fill that spot. So if you know of someone or if you're interested in picking up that spot, honestly, I've got space. I would love to add something else in there. Yeah. Yep. Kelly said, quincunx in general could be a dangerous word, which is probably why I love it. It's also called an injunct, but quincunx is more fun to say. I feel like I'm going to get myself in trouble if I keep saying those words too much on the radio. You guys know that my mom was an elementary teacher, or maybe you don't, but my mom was an elementary teacher. And, we live in this extremely conservative town where you're really analyzed for everything you do and say. These, very religious people. And she was reading a Halloween book to a bunch of third graders one time. And in the book, the little girl repeatedly yells, I'm the biggest, baddest witch in the world. And as she was reading the book, she was reminding herself, be careful. Don't say it. Say witch. Be careful. And at one point, she bellowed out, I'm the biggest, baddest bitch in the world. Witch in the world. And this little girl goes, Mrs. Brower said bitch. And then they're all like, oh, bitch is a bad word. Mrs. Brower, you said bitch. She was a little horrified. She was so worried that she was going to have some parents complain that she actually went down to the principal's office after school with the book to explain to him what happened, just in case any parents called to complain. None did. But then during parent teacher conference, one of the moms brought it up and they really laughed about it. She said, my daughter said that you said the B word. So I asked her what the context was that we have that book and I've done that before too. So anyway, it turned out okay, but she was like literally worried for her job for a minute over that one. But so funny. Anyway, quincunx, same kind of shit could happen. We all know it's true. Well, let's do a few readings here. So I'm going to jump into both chat rooms. Sid says your mom's poor Freudian slip is absolutely hilarious, right? You would think, oh, I've had so many. Oh my gosh. You guys, I had a client, an in person client when we still had our store, that had to have her foot amputated. She had been in an accident and injured her foot and it just wouldn't heal. And she had an injury that had continued to be injured for 7 years, a sore that wouldn't heal. And finally, the doctors were like, look, the only option we really have left is to remove your foot. And by that time, she was ready because she was so tired of being in pain and being sick all the time from it. So she had her foot amputated. And she wanted to kind of immediately get some energy work to help with the sympathetic pain and like the ghost pain. And just, because she felt like if she had a foot removed, that might really affect grounding for her, which it did. So she made her sister bring her straight to Healing Hands on the way home from the hospital. And so she came in the store on her crutches, and I knew that she was discussing having her foot removed. I didn't know she'd done it. So she comes in with crutches, missing a foot, and it was a little bit of a shock. And we were really, really busy. And she just, was like, is there any way you can just give me like 15 minutes to help me get grounded and, work on this missing appendage issue? And so of course I'm like, yeah, definitely. Just give me a few minutes. So she sat on a chair in the store for a little while and hung out and it was fine. And then I took her back to my treatment room. And so we did some energy work. We worked on that missing appendage stuff, because the energy body has to have some healing there too. And I truly believe that the right work will help to offset some of those ghost pains and that kind of stuff. So anyway, we did some of that work and then she wondered if I'd pull a few cards for her and just kind of help her start thinking about her future now because now she kind of had to rethink working and what she was going to do. And I said, well, once you get your feet under you, And then I stopped dead and I went, oh, oh, I am so sorry. And she laughed so hard. She said, believe it or not, you're not the first person to do it. Once you get your feet under you, why would you say that? Why would anyone say that? No, you don't say that. I said that. Luckily, she was a super good sport about it, but I was mortified. So apparently it runs in the family. All right, let's do some readings. Okay. Lillian would like to know, would you please ask my guides if they could offer any advice on my living situation? I'm just beside myself. Yeah. Yes, I will. And let's pull you a card too. Seems to me like an ascended master might be a good place to start for you. So I'm going to pull a card out of Christie's deck. Okay, just tuning into your guides on it. Your guides said network right away with your friends, with family, with neighbors, with anybody you know that lives in your area. Network and ask for recommendations, ideas, that you've got more help around you than you realize. And so put your whole situation out there and ask for some advice, some help, some thoughts of where else you could go or what else is coming up available so that you can make a decision about what you want to do. So you are very independent. You don't usually network out your problems. And so I know that feels kind of counterintuitive to the way you typically operate, but there's going to be some help there for you if you can do that. Okay. The card is Zadkiel. So this is Archangel Zadkiel. Divine connection, crown chakra, knowledge, wisdom, open to guidance, higher self. So two things on that, Lillian. I would really recommend that you tune into Archangel Zadkiel and ask for his help. All you have to do is ask. I mean, there's no magic pill here. Just close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and ask Archangel Zadkiel to move into your space and help you to solve your current living situation. And you'll have that help. You know, when it is a matter of safety and security, and where you live is a matter of safety and security, sometimes getting a little extra help to stay grounded makes a lot of sense because that really shakes up your root chakra, which in turn throws your crown chakra way out of balance. So make sure that during this whole period, you're nurturing that root and we're taking a look and keeping you grounded. That's going to help you to make good decisions and put one foot in front of the other because it would be easy right now to go into panic mode. But the truth is, you will have some options. So we'll keep looking that direction. All right, Denise could just use a quick clearing. Yep, absolutely. Tough time right now. This sweet girl takes care of her parents and all of their needs and also her job. And yeah, sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. Yep, I'm going to clear you out. You have so many cords in your high heart from other people kind of dragging on you that need your energy. So I'm going to pull them all. Oh, yep, just healing those with love. We're going to return them and heal that up. But Denise, that's going to return your energy to you so that you feel like you have everything you need to make solid decisions and be available to help where you can, but also get your boundaries in place. Okay, better. All right, there you go. So that's a good start, babe. I'm so sorry things are hard. Yeah, and it's nearly Lillian's birthday as well. Oof. Tiffany, would you mind telling my rabbits, Butterscotch and Hickory, that I really need them to go to the bathroom in their litter boxes where I keep their hay? I need them to understand how happy it would make me by releasing stress, time, and expense it takes to clean every day and wash so many towels. Okay. Yes, I sure will. Yeah, they're getting lazy and kind of almost territorial too about where they want to go. It feels stubborn. So, yeah, let me tune into both of them. I'm just showing them both where they're supposed to go and where they're not supposed to go. The towels are for laying on and resting, not for pottying on. All right. Really good response from Hickory. Butterscotch was a little less responsive, Tiffany, so we'll see what they do. Okay. Pamela could use a mini tune up. Here we were pulling cards and everybody needed energy work. All right, Pamela. Yeah, you need some grounding. Your root chakra is shifted away from your body. So I'm going to pull it back in, put it back in the earth where it belongs. That big yawn is indicative of really big work happening for me. So, no, I'm not bored. No, I'm not tired. That's just all that energy moving through me. All right. Ooh, that shifted all the way through your back. I had the chills up my spine feeling that. That got you grounded and put back into the earth. We'll pull the energy clear to the top of your head and push it back down in the other side. Yep, better. So let's just get that crown in place too. Yep, so your root was out, so you couldn't really ground. So your crown was getting super big. Yeah, I I'm hearing that you're ready to snap everybody in half in your life. That you've had enough. When you're ungrounded like that, it is really hard to take shenanigans. Really hard. All right, that's better. Okay, there you have it. All right, a card on career for Maureen. And then we'll get over into the other chat for a minute. All right, so I'm pulling you a card from Angela Hartfield's gratitude deck. The card is love. And I'll tell you what that says to me, Maureen, is that this is a really important time when you're not working and working on finding something to keep deepening your relationship with your husband and also letting him be the provider for a while. You have been such a stalwart soldier of providing for your family, which is amazing. But you are in this place right now where you have to rely on somebody else to do it. And it's hard, I know, but this is a good time to let this shift and strengthen your relationship as you go. Okay. Jumping into the chat. Let's see. Okay, I swear I'm going to get there. Okay, all right. Brooke says that Todd is going through it. Can his guides tell me what he needs? He needs some independence, they're saying. So make sure he's getting plenty of choices, that he's being given jobs to do, and also he needs some creative time for expression. So don't, like, for example, give him blank paper and crayons or colored pencils or markers or whatever. Don't give him coloring books. Give him a blank slate to create on, or a chalkboard or a whiteboard or whatever you do. But give him lots of opportunities for free expression through drawing, writing, and also giving him lots of choices. He's, do you remember that show Third Rock from the Sun? and like the Grand High leader ended up being a teenager, and he was so pissed off and in this teenage body, and his you know the people that were in the older bodies were actually shouldn't have been in charge of him, but on this plane they were, and he was so uncomfortable. Consider him kind of like that. Okay. Donna would like to know why she's feeling so lost and ungrounded. Donna, let's pull a card. You're actually really ungrounded. I'm going to do the same thing for you. I do want to pull you a card. I'm going to pull a card out of Keisha Angel's deck for you. But I got to tell you, I think that a lot of this is that your root chakra is out of balance as well. Donna, I feel like it has been for a while and it's not self repairing very well. Like you have a pretty fragile root. So I want to fix that, but I want to pull you a card too. So let's try and get through it all. Okay, the card is Archangel Ariel, Abundant Prosperity. So connecting with her to help you to really get some direction and get some grounding. She has a very mothering energy. She's pink and gold and sweet, and she can kick ass if she has to, but mostly she's really mothering. All right, so quickly, Donna, I'm going to pull that root chakra back into place for you. I feel like there is some trauma, some familial trauma that's really affecting your ability to ground. We can work on this some more for sure. All right. That's quite a lot better. Yeah. Now let's get that crown pulled down. You have a massive crown, way too big. That causes anxiety, it causes depression, feeling lost, feeling apathetic. It's a shitty feeling. So, just balancing up that crown really well. Yeah. And a little clear of your aura. Okay, that's some quick work, but that should make a difference. So let's keep working on it. And I'm sorry that you're having a hard time. All right, you guys, we have done it. We have definitely talked down to the end of the show. So, oh, good. Jane's mom thinks I look like a teenager. Well, good. 44 and looking like a teenager. My kids say that being raised by me was like being raised by a teenager. So, hey, I'm rocking it. All righty, you guys. Scott says they didn't mean it as a compliment, but I always took it as one. Yeah. All righty, I've got to get out of the way. So we have done what we do. We've talked down to the end of the show. Thank you so much for being here. As always, I am a professional psychic advisor over at one2listen.com, and you can find me over there every single day giving readings, healings, all of the above, animal communication, mediumship, whatever you need. So come over and see me if I can help. Don't forget, Thursday night, YouTube live stream, True Crime Paranormal at 7 p.m. Mountain. We have Nurse Hadley coming on to talk about her experiences as a hospice nurse. It's going to be fabulous. Please join me. All right. That is it. Oh, and the hoodies I talked about last week are live on Etsy. I'll share a link here. I forgot I was going to show them to you guys today, and I didn't do it. But my dragonfly hoodies that say Imagine on them are finally posted on Etsy. So I'll share a link here so you guys can see them. They turned out beautifully. All right. You have been listening to The Katie Weaver Show here on 1-2 Radio, where we're changing the way you listen to the world.